So what does it mean if nothing means nothing? What does it mean if there's no reason we're here? What does anything mean if nothing means nothing? Where do we find meaning? Ooh, I wonder if anybody has ever posed that question before. Have you ever took time to scrutinally detail and diagnose and dissect what you believe why we're here, or what our meaning is, or what our purpose is, or what the purpose of the universe is? Many of you will say it is to come here. This is just a way station to go somewhere else, either one way or another. Go back to a star system or go to heaven and be back with God. And granted, I'm a person who does not believe in God, but I understand I do believe in faith. Faith works. Faith, through our evolutionary process, has developed the mind to produce certain serotonins and dopamines to the body to make us feel better just by believing. We could be stronger, faster, everything just by believing. So faith works. Faith means belief in something for which there is no evidence. Faith should be subjective. Faith should be severely subjective. That means institutionalized faith institutions, or established faith institutions, or identity institutions, that where once you come in, this is how we believe, this is the way it is. Though there are many of them, there are thousands of different beliefs, but each one of them has one thing or a few things in common, and that's faith. You're in there with a bunch of other people, you feel good, you all have faith in the same thing that makes you feel better the next day, knowing or believing or having faith in your purpose, your goal, what's going to happen, something's protecting you, this, that, or the other. So what if you come to the point after 55 years or 56 years, I'm going to be 56 years old. I'm going to be 56. After 56 years, you come to realize, of all the stuff I studied in religion class and church and science and chemistry and biology and astronomy and watching my Steelers and seeing P-Funk and, going to Paisley Park and Moscow and Rome and studying the scriptures and all that it's all man-made and we really don't know. What happens if after all these years you say, you know what, I really don't know? Two things happen, or more than two things, at least one thing happens, a freedom. Once you come to the realization and acceptance, there's a freedom, a mad, euphoric freedom that you and the people around you, or you, have the capability to determine such a thing. It's free, it's wide open. It's wide open, whatever it is. Again, I don't want to go back and focus on people who believe in, dying and go to heaven. But to me, it's a waste of time. That is just purely a waste of time. Now, to the idea of going from one state of consciousness to another, after death or around death or because of death, or having death be a transition, now that may be a goal of our evolutionary process, or we can make that a goal of our evolution process, to develop the ability to go into maybe like a higher, different consciousness, to have the consciousness that we have become portable or mobile after death, or something like that. And then that way we won't be limited by our physical bodies and physical capabilities of being. The universe will become, our playground if we can travel at the speed of light. Even then, it would take thousands of years to get around the place. Once you think about the immensity of the universe, it's like it's almost like no way we can know what is going on here. You're talking about millions of light years traveling at the speed of light. The speed of light is the fastest you can travel within this universe. 186,000 miles per second. That's the fastest you can travel in this universe. And sometimes, and there's places that we can see this, it'll take billions of years to get to. But once we transcend our physical body, if there's some way we can get consciousness or our data source or our thinking or our, I can't say brain because brain is physical. If we can get that to transcend into like a light being or something like that, and able to travel at the speed of light, and something like that would transcend time. Time wouldn't be a problem anymore. Time would be almost gone if you think about it. Once we get out of our physical bodies, time wouldn't even be an aspect of anything. Imagine that. Imagine time not being not an issue, but a factor. There were distance, space, and size wouldn't matter. Time wouldn't matter because you would have no sense of time. So time wouldn't be linear. It would just be. And if time is not linear, you can go in different directions in time. Go back. A lot of people think you should be able to go back in time. I don't believe that. But if you can't go back in time, that means time is linear. It's only going forward. But anyway, I mean, those are the things I'm thinking about. A lot of people are concentrating. I got to quit saying what a lot of people are doing. I got to quit saying what a lot of people are doing and what other people are doing, because it's all about what Jeffery is thinking. And I don't say that in an egotistical, narcissistic way. I say it in a way to remind myself to stay on the goal, stay on focus, keep going where you're going. Don't worry about all this back here. But sometimes all this back here, I like to show a relation to better explain it. That's a good one, huh? I like to point out the Judeo-Christian belief versus my belief just to help explain my belief. I'll use that one. Because I'm really not into digging in. Okay, I'm just a little bit. It is nice to dig into somebody else's belief that just doesn't make sense. And when you know you can pose a question to them that they can't answer. I mean, because I studied it too. I studied the good book in the Bible too. So I know the questions that can't be answered only by faith, only by what you believe. And if you go back to what I was saying before, it's all about what you believe. It's all about what the subjective individual believes. It's what you want. It's not about identity politics. It's not about your church. It's not about your mother. It's not about your father. It's not about your family. It's not about the society. It's about what you believe. It's all about what you believe, except for when you go to that stadium at Heinz Field and 60,000 of y'all turning them, where's it at? And 60,000 of y'all turning them towels, and you believe in that one football team. For that instance, we come together and we have that belief for that football team on that field right now, and for the Pittsburgh Steelers history as a fan that we've went through. Everybody wearing black and gold, looking good. And I'm going to tell you something else about going back there to Pittsburgh, seeing that football team. I bet you I don't be cold this Sunday. I'll tell you something else. When they're playing music, and they play the best music, they play that rock. They play the best rock music. They play those rock songs that you just do when you grew up, and they just have you just moving and grooving. And when you look around, people are dancing in rhythm. They're dancing in a rhythm. They may or may not be on beat, but most of them are very close to the beat, but they're on rhythm. Even the older white ladies be like, they be doing it. You see old white man just bobbing his head in time. Maybe necessarily on beat, but on time. And that just makes me feel so good. Everybody in black and yellow, and we're there for our football team. And, the money I spend to go back there to do that, everything being relative. And once again, time is a factor. How much time do I have to do this? How much time will I be on this planet? I want to miss this opportunity? An opportunity to go back and see a lifelong passion participated in a playoff game at one of the highest levels in a game that you've loved all your life. It comes down to affordability, how much you're making, your assets, your time, blah, 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 and take an opportunity. You spend X amount of dollars to have this experience. It comes down to spending X amount of dollars to have this experience, and sometimes that experience is priceless. When I went to see New England, when I went to see Pittsburgh and New England, and I sat in that stadium when all that happened. You can't put a price on that. You can't put a price on that. When I went to Moscow, you can't really put a price on it. Now there's the opportunity cost, and where if you say, oh yeah, I'm gonna go see Pittsburgh in the AFC Championship, I'm gonna spend X amount of dollars. Oh, and I didn't pay my rent. Now, sure, you can't put a price on going to that game, but there's an opportunity that you might not have a place to live, and the cost has a value. It is not priceless. But anyway, my name is Jeffrey, and I just wanted to talk, and I just want to find out or figure out or think, why are we here? What is our purpose? We're in a universe that's just super duper huge and big. We're not even a speck. We've been here for X billions of years. I believe there's multiple universes. I believe there's been trillions of universes. So that means the timeline goes back infinitely. Billions and trillions. Time spans we can't imagine it with our human brain. Even me and my brilliance. Time that I can't even imagine. Numbers that are just beyond. Numbers that are just beyond numbers. Numbers so big that they're not even numbers anymore. You transcend the way we think, because also in my studies and research, I'm coming across the point that maybe we don't have the language or vocabulary to express what reality really is. Maybe reality is so complex or so complex or whatever it is to us that we don't even have the dialect or the language or the terms to even to talk about it correctly, to even describe it. It was something else I was going to say, but I forgot. Anyway, my name is Jeffrey Scott Mitchell, and as always, this is a test. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a test. This is a test of life and the experiment in which you are existing. Your experience, how you feel, what you want to feel, what you feel you cannot achieve, and what you feel you should achieve, and what you feel that you desire to achieve. What do you want? What is your me? What is your me about? Y'all know about my me. me, Jeffrey. Y'all know about me. I celebrate it. I celebrate it so much that sometimes I think I probably have to stay alone just so I can celebrate me. I don't want to share it. Not that I don't want to share it. I just want to celebrate me and be into me, and that leads you to independence. To be that, it comes to independence. To go and do and to be and to think and all that is going to lead you to independence. And I don't seem to mind that independence. Not to be bothered, to be left alone, to think and do what I want is most precious right now. To allow my mind, because a lot of the gurus and, masters and sages, you notice they went away for 40 years. They went in the desert for 40 years, or they stepped away from society for a long time. And this gave them a space, I believe, to think or to develop or to imagine and to find that special, simple, beautiful soundbite message to bring back. And I forgot what I was going to say again. But anyway, meditation and all that stuff, to bring it in. Have a space big enough to where you can think undistracted, and not only a distraction but like TV or something, distracted politically and thought wise, to be able to go after an idea that may or may not be so far out there, to be able to develop it and not have conflicting ideas come in. But there's nothing wrong with having conflicting ideas or having your ideas scrutinized. Sometimes it's better to just let them flow, like the if you're fishing, just fly that out there. You don't want the wind. You just want it to fly out there at this point. You want to see how far it can go and then do the scrutiny. You just want to get out there. You want to be able to imagine things that no one's imagined before. You want to be able to imagine things that no one else has imagined before. And I believe that out there, or once we find that thing, it's going to be so simple. It's going to be so simple and brilliant. It's going to be, everybody's going to go, that's it. That is it. It's going to be so simple and beautiful. It won't need any explaining. It'll just be Anyway, my name is Jeffrey Scott Mitchell. Swinging on y'all twice in the morning. Ooh, I forgot to do a change. I got so into it, I forgot to do my clothes change thing. You know how I like to hit pause and put on a shirt to make it seem like, poof, ooh, look like he magically put on a shirt. You know, I like doing that. So I'll put on some glasses or something to make it look like I just changed super duper cool. Because I even forgot what I was talking about. See, I got so deep into what I was talking about that I forgot to do the change. See, do I look crooked? Is this crooked? Why does this look crooked? Am I crooked? It seems crooked, doesn't it? Look, watch. See, doesn't it look crooked? Am I straight and the shirt is crooked? What's going on? It is. Look at the look at the collar. See the collar? It should be like this. It seems like I'm crooked. But anyway, guess what? Don't stop doing what you do. Not that you can anyway. Don't stop being you, doing you, screaming you, being you, hollering for that, begging for that, doing this. Just keep doing you. Keep doing you to the fullest. That's what I say. Everybody do their own thing. People who agree, don't agree. Let's just all keep doing it because we doing it. Doing it. Turn up the heat, light my fire. I think that's Rick James. And on that note, we'll sign off. I think I'm ready. See, here's where I wanted to end up. But I still want to know why this collar is doing what it's doing. It's crooked. It is literally crooked. Is it the way I'm sitting? Or is the shirt broken? Is my shirt broken? It was a good shirt when I got it, even though I did get it on a discount. It shouldn't be broken. Anyway, my name is Jeffrey Scott Mitchell, swinging on y'all 2 times from Los Angeles, California. Sunday, baby, I bet you I don't be cold. What do you see what I'm wearing? I'm pulling out the artilleries. I'm going to have on like 17 layers. And then I'm going to put my jersey on top of all that. Because you got to wear the colors. You got to be dressed appropriately when you go to Heinz Field. 2 times, y'all.